a lot of people are asking. There's a guy who's a beloved. He's just a misunderstood guy actually. His name is NBAYoungboy.
Okay.
He's been on federal house arrest. He lives in Utah. He was on federal house arrest for like 2.5 years, which to me just sounds wrong. Like,
For what?
For gun possession. He basically shot a music video. They believe that they got a call that, hey, there were guys on the block that were shooting a video and they saw weapons. They pulled up.
They don't even know?
Well, the police showed up. No one was there. They grabbed one guy who happened to be his cameraman. And because he's a big name, they seen him on camera holding what they believe is a weapon. And they're like, well, we're going to give you charges for that. So he has federal charges for that.
But it could have been a prop? They don't even know?
It could have been a prop. And they've been arguing, hey, this is a prop. That's their actual argument in court. He's been sitting on federal house arrest for 2.5 years.
That's DJ Akademiks there in a previous clip talking to Donald Trump Jr., right? He says, a lot of waste man podcasters never use their platforms for nothing. This was before Trump even got elected. Keep making sure everyone around his orbit knew about NBAYoungboy and what was going on through today. He's pardoned. So that's the big news, man. NBAYoungboy pardoned, Larry Hoover pardoned. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. Like, Trump did this last time around on his way out. If you guys recall, you guys remember that? Like, Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, Weezy. He was like that attorney Bradford Cohen, who was like the in-between guy helping individuals get, the pardons. He hit up He like Weezy, plead guilty ASAP right away, like first court appearance, you know what I'm saying? Because he caught the Fed case for having a strap on a plane or someone on his team. They said it was like a cartel looking gold pistol or Glock or something, like Face Off with Nicolas Cage. I'm not really a G-Wen guy, y'all, but they said it was a pretty G-Wen, but he took the plea, first appearance, so he could be pardoned right up out of it. Harry O from Death Row Records, etc. And then here we now see NBAYoungboy, who had 2 cases, right? He had the one case that he beat, but this federal one, he's pardoned. It's done off. And Akademiks is saying, yo, I've been the guy trying to do this. I've been the guy trying to holler at Trump, Donald Trump Jr. He's saying other people don't use their platforms the way in which he does. And maybe he did indeed help get NBAYoungboy out. Like, good for him for that. But he's a weirdo, Ak. I mean, you got to keep that a buck, too, that you use your pot. Like, they should say, yo, Ak, okay, we're going to pardon NBAYoungboy, but now we're going to throw your arse in jail for that weird issue was saying, you foul motherfucker. And then you guys here also see it says, check the date. And this is back, what, 8/16/2024. Now I'm a holler at Trump and make sure one of the first things he does when he get in office is pardon NBAYoungboy, man. So I don't know. He's saying he played a big part in that. Y'all seen the clips and all that. What do you guys think? But then also the news about Larry Hoover. It's the sentence is commuted though, so it's a bit different. It's not the same thing as being fully pardoned, I don't believe, right? Because Donald Trump has commuted the sentence of Larry Hoover. But this is where it gets tricky, I think, is because Trump can only hit him, help him with the federal sentences, right? If you guys recall when Trump did this last time on his way out, which I was speaking of, Boosie was talking about, yo, Trump, what about C murder? Get him off, pardon him. And it was like, yo, that's a governor thing. That's a state case. The president can only give federal pardons. You know what I mean? And Louisiana's on some bullish. We saw Mac Phipps, right? They were like, yo, this guy's got to come home. I think the governor, whoever the fuck it was, says, yo, send Mac home. And it took him another 8 months before it happened. It was ludicrous. It was like all the people in the court process were shell-shocked on some bullish. But people, it says President Trump has commuted the sentence of Larry Hoover, the infamous former gang leader from Chicago, according to a White House official. However, the co-founder of the Chicago gang, Gangster Disciples, has been serving multiple life sentences since the 70s. He has made multiple state and federal convictions. So see, that's what you see is like it don't matter the state, the feds, one way or another. Even with this commuted sentence, he ain't touching down. Do y'all remember too? It was crazy. They put wires in the visiting badges of people that were visiting Larry Hoover. He made repeated requests to shorten his sentence, including under the First Step Act, a criminal justice reform bill passed during Trump's first term. Hoover and his family members have long maintained that he is no longer affiliated with the Gangster Disciples and does not maintain any ties to the gang, but every request to amend his sentence has been denied until now. I'm a completely different person than the man who went to prison in 97. That was in the 2024 interview, right? Hoover has been serving out his sentence in ADX Florence, a supermax prison in Colorado, considered to be one of the highest security prisons in the country. Hoover's commutation comes after a series of public pleas from prominent black celebrities. Hoover was the subject of the 2021 Free Larry Hoover benefit concert organized by Kanye West and Drake. This week, the White House has pardoned a series of convicted Americans that includes Todd and Julie Chrisley, reality TV stars who were charged with tax evasion and bank fraud, a former Virginia sheriff who was convicted on fraud and bribery charges, and Paul Walzak, a CEO who pled guilty of tax crimes and whose mother was a Trump donor. Whoa, is there a conflict of interest there? I don't know. It don't matter though, right? He's the president. He can pardon who he wants, I believe. Trump also, like that insurrection people, Trump pardoned all them individuals, right? Trump also on Wednesday issued a full pardon to Michael Grimm, the White House official confirmed. Grimm, a former Republican congressman from New York, pleaded guilty in 2014 to tax fraud charges. Grimm completed his sentence of less than a year in prison shortly after, before losing a race to reclaim his old seat. So there y'all have it, man. Larry Hoover, NBA Youngboy, among others, getting pardons and all that and commuted sentences. Trump back at it, the First Step Act, and DJ Akademiks saying he used his platform to do real work that these other individuals are on wasteman things or whatever. I don't know. I'm talking like Drake with the fake accent, like how Drake did it. That was wild, corny, man. So hit the comments. Let me know what y'all think about it all. Subscribe. And do you think, like, seriously, did Act really help hollering at Donald Trump Jr.? That's his man, 50 grand or what?